We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Ready? Check.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
They just get the play off. Now Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and it'll bring up 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
You better be afraid of me. Here we go, 47. 55.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is taken at the 18. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Get in there, Hal. 56 is Mike. 56 is Mike.
Stop your whining.
Check 37. Check 37. Jim.
They'll go with Darius Geis, who missed all of 2018 with injury. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play.
Here we go. Set. Have the ending. Block 54. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it.
Mike 54. Let's go, D.
It's going to be a long.
On the toss, this is Clinton Portis. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Coming to you. 6 guys. Check 6. What? Go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins going up top. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage.
Now, that's a pretty play right there, and what I'm thankful for is it wasn't me in that situation, because one of the toughest things about defending the deep ball is not panicking. Because the longer you run with a receiver, you're trying to figure out, am I close to him? Can I make a play on the football? Will I be there when the ball actually arrives, what we call the moment of truth? And in this case, the defender did not panic, stayed right with it, and batted it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Snap comes at 1. Now Haskins. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. A quick throw here out to Cobb. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf.
Here we go.
A huge play there on the screen pass. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
He's coming. We got double up.
Check nickel.
Hey.
A first down carry by Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after through the raindrops up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They start on the ground with Geis. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Second down, Haskins. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that will be incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And not the result they were hoping for there, at least in terms of the kick team, as that'll get out of bounds at just the 35-yard line. Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
This is Elliott. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Now Elliott. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, here we go. Slide in. 6, right there, 56. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. That's 26.
Third and short yardage. Prescott. Dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And what could he possibly be thinking? He just took the fair catch at the 1-yard line. Major mistake.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And after the punt, they have a long way to go if they want to tie this football game.
And when you say a long way to go, you mean the full 99 yards backed up almost as far as you can be. And they also have to be aware that the defense is going to come after them. A lot of defense will blitz and attack in this situation, hoping to cause a little bit of havoc.
At the 3-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Check. He's checking. Go. Trash. Hey. Mike spot 4. I'm going to go.
Here's Geis. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Watch the safety creep. Rush in. Sponge. No. Check three.
On the ground, it's Geis. Oh, look at the string.
No.
And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 17 yards that time at a Washington first.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Running right, Portis. He's got a first down past the 30. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 49 yards on the ground.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st down, it's Haskins. Off to Geis on the screen. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Robert Quinn.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Ready, 50 Henry, Mike 54. Y'all not ready. Take, step.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Haskins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Slant, slant. Over. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Extreme. Kill. Undercrush.
Here's Portis. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Prescott from the gun. Caught by Cobb. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Throwing, Prescott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes, left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
I'm talking about taking momentum into the half with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of a half to carry that with them. It's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mo.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
47.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
Back to it after the pick six. Prescott escaping the pressure right. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. First down, Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. I call it no gain there on the first down play.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. Well, using Zeke Elliott in the passing game, that's something Cowboy fans are getting used to. Last year, 77 receptions, and you think back to his rookie season, he had 32 and then 26 his second year, but he's really on the uptick.
Get that ball. Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Prescott now from the 50. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And checking in on what's going on up in the Meadowlands. The Bills have taken the early lead, and we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Here we go. Show it in. Show it in. 22, check, cover. 22, check, cover. Hey, one set. Check, Mike, 54. Lose it. Don't get nervous.
54.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Guy showing he's going to be an important part of this Redskin backfield as he's in there again for first down.
Watch out. Watch out. Big end. Check safety.
That's it.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Michael Bennett, the former Texas A&M Aggie, dropping the hammer. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
got you, boy. Will. Kill.
They'll run with Geis. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On the double. Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You ain't got nothing. Mike 54. Go. Mike 54. Pick me up. Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Check Mike 54. 56. Bullet. No chance.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Now Austin. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Go to 54. Go to 54.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Boy, you got to think that having the 37-year-old veteran Jason Witten back at tight end is going to be great for Dak Prescott for plays just like that. And you think to last year when Witten wasn't there, it was kind of a rotating carousel. They had Blake Jarwin, Jeff Swaim, Rico Gathers, Dalton Schultz. But Witten back out there and doing his thing again. The first down carried by Elliott doesn't amount to much as he'll get forward for about a couple. Tackled there by Monte Nicholson.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Go to 53. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Oh, you get on the head.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Prescott. That's complete to Cobb. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. To throw is Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You better be ready
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
The strong windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott now. Flush to his right. And that's Elliott, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 33 yards that time.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. From the red zone now, Prescott. This will be caught by Brown. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Now Elliott. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check 9, check 9.
Here's Pollard. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
One receiver to the left is Cooper.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Maher able to put this one through. Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll run it here with Portis. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
The Redskins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Squeeze. Check. Check. Yes, yeah. Check 99. Check 99.
They'll try and get it with Geis. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 fourth-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
First down, Cowboys.
47. Mike 35. Mike 35. 26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Elliott. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And again, it's Prescott. And this is incomplete. Noah Brown, the Ohio State man, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
There we go, kill. 57. 57, come on. 26.
Prescott yet again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
Here we go, 47. 57's the mic. Watch 57. 26.
To the air again, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Joshua Perkins, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Crunch. Slam. Check. Kill. What? Kill.
A run with Portis. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it third down.
Third down and 6.
Ready, set. Mike's 5-4. I'm on. No. Off. Check the front. Wait. Check 50.
On play action, Haskins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And on fourth down, honors the punt team sending this one away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 32-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. To try again after the sack, Prescott. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10.
We go 46. 46.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Defense all day. All day. Jumping. Here we go, 46. Here we go, go to 54, go to 54.
Here's Prescott. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Prescott to throw. Complete to Jason Witten. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Into the Redskins have it, they do.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
This is Geis. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So a victory here for the Washington Redskins, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished, but to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Redskins, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.